Okay, it's Off-Grid Amateur here. Part 2 of my series on how to make a woman happy. If you watched the first one, then you know what this is all about. If this is your first time seeing this one, I recommend you go back to tip number 1. But tip number 2 to how to make a woman happy: bring her food. Okay, it's a love language. It speaks to her, it speaks to your ability to provide for her. It's like a basis instinct or something. If you bring her food, you're nourishing her body. But every woman has favorites when it comes to their foods and snacks, things like that, whether it be ice cream, cakes, candy bars, particular flavors, types of food. So, if you've been with her long enough, you know what those standby usuals are. There are going to be periods of time where she goes through phases. She's going to favor a particular type of candy bar or snack. So just pay attention. If you notice that she's getting something that's out of the ordinary, you might just want to grab something on the way home from work and surprise her with it. They get excited, and then of course, if you're really smart, you'll keep a supply of her favorites in the house somewhere that she doesn't know it's there. Now, if she knows it's there, she's not going to be able to sleep, because my wife admits this, that a woman cannot sleep when there's chocolate in the house. So she can't know it's there, but it can save you some, trips to the store to go and get her, because inevitably she's going to ask you, and in my case, you're going to hear this question: is there any chocolate in the house? And if I'm astute and pay attention to what she's liking, I can have some of that stuff on hand. Now, but you got to be able to keep it someplace where she can't see it. Now, I know somebody that said ice cream was his wife's favorite, a particular brand and flavor, and I would recommend buying a small container of that flavor and putting it inside like a hash brown or French fry bag in the freezer. That way she doesn't know it's there. And when she's got that hankering for it and that shop is closed and you can't get to it, well, guess who's the knight in shining armor, conquering hero, save the day? You want to make her happy? Bring her food, man. It's really a simple thing, and there is a side benefit to that, because just about every woman has at some point in their life is going to have some self-image issues. And they're going to think that you don't find her attractive, And if you bring her food, whenever she says something like, you don't think I'm pretty, or you think I'm fat. Well, honey, if I had a problem with the way that you looked, why would I bring you candy bars, and ice cream? I mean, I'm not going to bring you something if I think that you have a weight problem. I'm not going to bring you those snacks. So subconsciously it speaks to her that you don't that you accept her the way she is. You don't have a problem with the way she looks. So it's a really good idea. Save yourself some grief. Keep some in the house somewhere that she doesn't know where it is. And you got to change up the locations too. I recently thought of this: if you got a basement or a garage someplace cool, but you don't want like mice and stuff like that get into it, get you one of them wide mouth stainless steel thermoses, okay, and slam a few of her favorite candy bars and snacks inside that. It's going to protect it from mice and rodents and pests. It's going to keep it cool and fresh, okay? So you can just go out to your garage to work on something, and then you come back in the house and ta-da, there it is. You just rescued her from that craving. All right, so you want to make a woman happy? Bring her food. It's so simple, such an easy thing to do, but I've seen the woman in my life actually jump up and down giddy whenever I surprise her with something like this, because it also demonstrates that you're thinking of her. So, this is just number 2 in the series. Number 3 is coming up. It's kind of tricky. It's not for the novice. You definitely don't want to try that fresh out of the gate. But keep your eyes peeled for tip number 3. This is tip number 2. If you haven't seen tip number 1, go back and watch it first, and then watch this one again, okay? This is Off-Grid Amateur. All the other stuff on my channel has to do with our off-grid way of life, living in a tiny house, solar, catching rainwater, all that stuff. So check out those other videos. Click the like and subscribe if you want to catch these videos when they come out right away. Appreciate you listening. Monologue over. Thank you.